episode 1 of the Eating for Three podcast. Episode 1 is titled Bedrest. Before I get into episode 1, I just wanted to share a little bit about eating for three in general and how I came up with the idea. I am currently 27 weeks. Well, just about 27 weeks. I'm 26 weeks and some days, but I'm close to 27 weeks and I'm pregnant with identical twin girls. So I came up with the idea to share information about products, about lifestyle, and also I plan on having other moms of twins or, moms who have multiple kids on here to just talk about the experience of motherhood. I also have another podcast entitled Black Women Who as well. My name is Stormy B. So let's get into it. First, I just wanted to talk about the change, like it's in my life altogether. A year from now, I was single. Doctors had told me that I would have a hard time getting pregnant. And I was working a job that was draining the life out of me. And literally a year later, I am following my dreams. I am pregnant with two twin girls and I'm engaged to the love of my life. So my life has literally gone full circle in just a year. No pregnancy is perfect. I don't even know how to describe a perfect pregnancy, especially when it's your first one. There's so much anxiety and things that you go through, because you really don't really know what to expect or what to do. All you know is you have life growing inside you and you want to take best care of yourself so that you can make sure that your kids have the best nutrients and the best beginning of life. My gender reveal was amazing. I just knew I was carrying two boys, but it turned out that they were two girls. So really all the myths about, if you carry low, it's boys or whatever the myths you hear, like you really never know until you find out and you get the DNA back. It's just, you just don't know. So the type of pregnancy I have is called monodi. That's the type of twin pregnancy I have. So to explain it, I have two different sacs. So my babies are in two separate sacs. They're not in the same one, which is good because I wouldn't want them to get tangled up and, more risks of the umbilical cord entanglement and things like that happening. So I have two separate sacs, but I have one placenta. So there are some risks that comes along with that. Currently, I am on bed rest. I went into bed rest at 25 weeks. That was like the scariest day of my life. I was literally planning my baby shower and I went to the doctor, just about to send the invitations out to family and friends. And the doctor tells me that I have to come to the hospital to live out the rest of my pregnancy here until I give birth, which was crazy scary. But, that was actually the good news I got that day. Well, that was the bad news I got that day because the good news was I didn't have twin-to-twin transfusion, which is another type of, sickness when you're dealing with twins. But the good thing is I did not have twin-to-twin transfusion. But since I have two sacs and one placenta, one of the umbilical cords of the baby, which is Autumn, she's baby B, so the umbilical cord is attached at the edge of the placenta versus right in the center. And it was showing results of absence in blood flow, which means that she wasn't getting as much blood and oxygen and nutrients as baby A, which is Summer. So she's a little bit smaller from the tests that I've taken and the estimations from, weighing them while they're inside of me. But like I said, now I'm just about 27 weeks and things have gotten better, but it has been a trying time. So I just wanted to give a couple of tips on how to survive bed rest, whether you're doing it at home or in the hospital. At first, being at home, I felt like everything was really going fine for the most part. I was eating what I wanted, but I live in a house, so I was always up and down the steps. I was definitely experiencing some swelling and whatnot, but I read that that was normal. Since I've been on bed rest, I haven't had like any swelling at all. Things have been a lot better for me. Um, Really, it's about keeping busy and trying to keep your mind on positive things. My fiance has been here every night with me. He's amazing. Having company definitely helps, but if you don't have company, um, just like drown yourself in a book and work and whatever will really make you happy. Things that you were doing before you got on bed rest. In this case, I'm in the hospital, so I'm like stuck on one floor of the hospital. As much exercise as I can get is walking around on the floor, trips back and forth to the nourishment room to get like ice. Hospitals have the best ice. um, I have a bunch of magazines. I have had family come and visit and friends as much as possible. Nurses will be in your room literally every 4 hours around the clock. Like they don't miss a beat. Like, so you really don't get much sleep throughout the night because they're in your rooms. They're taking your vitals. They're bringing you medication. In my case, I have to take iron because I am anemic. Um, you have to take different tests at different stages of your pregnancy, just like you would if you were home and just going to the doctor. They still do all those routine tests. So, like recently, I had to get tested for gestational diabetes, which was like so gross because you have to drink like some glucose syrup, and then they test your blood afterwards to see what your levels are. I actually failed the first test, which was so scary, but I ended up passing the second test. But they had to take my blood 4 times back to back for about 4 hours, and I could not eat at all. So, my if it has to happen to you, my suggestion would be to try to drink the stuff as early as possible so that you can be done with it or as early as possible and you can eat before noon, hopefully, if you can. Um, it's just a sacrifice. Like, this is my first sacrifice as a mom. As much as I hate being in the hospital, I like the fact that I have everything I need right here. If anything was to happen with my girls, I know that I have doctors readily available to take care of me and give me what I need to survive and to help them survive. I am around the doctors, so I can ask them questions 24/7, really, if I need to. Um, what can I say? I mean, being a mom is really, you sacrifice a lot. You're sacrificing your own health. You are really just putting your life on the line for life to bring in two innocent lives. Like, that's what it's like for me. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's not really about me. My they're my responsibility, and I have to stay strong for them. And in this case, I also have a partner that I'm trying to stay strong for because, believe it or not, even though men aren't carrying the babies, they do have their own emotions and trials and tribulations that they go through as fathers and trying to prepare for that mentally. So I know, as scared as I was to receive news that one of my babies are smaller and I had absence in the blood flow for them, I know it was hard for him as well, and we're dealing with that together. So as a woman, you just have to be strong for your babies, your partner, for your family. Like, this is my family now. So I'm just, thugging it out, doing what I have to do. That's what women do. That's what we're made for this. And pretty much every miracle ending has a scary and trying beginning. Like, you really don't get anything out of life that's perfect without some fight for it. And I feel like I'm just going through those changes. And to end on a good note, the latest results I got were that there wasn't any absence in the blood flow my last ultrasound. I don't have gestational diabetes. I listen to my heart, to my baby's heart rates every day for about 30 minutes if they stay in place, because they move all over the place. Autumn and summer are so busy. So a couple times I've had to stay on the monitors for an hour and some. Um, but just stay faithful. Stay full of faith. Pray. Make sure you have your family pray. Make sure that you stay positive and try to focus on the good, because really doctors, they work off science, but God is in control. So you just have to be positive and stay prayed up. I will be having more episodes soon, giving more reviews on products and things that I have used. I haven't even been able to have my baby shower yet or anything, so I haven't been able to use much products, but I will be doing more reviews and having more moms on here to just give more information and share what we can about motherhood so far. So thank you for listening to episode 1. Keep me and my family in your prayers, and just, continue to listen. And if you are a mom, stay strong. If you're pregnant, stay strong. And let's just show the world what women are made to do. All right. Peace out, you guys.